YouTube, we're back on. E92 M3 purchased. Only joking, BMW should have inline sixes. We are at Swift Performance. It's time for the car to go on a diet. Let's get into it. I'm so glad to be back, baby. It feels so good to be back. I cannot apologise enough for the big old gap in the YouTube content. This time last year, we started Project Scraper. Would you believe that's been a year? Now, we're working on Project GTS. Why do I say GTS and not CSL? Well, I'll tell you now, the CSL ain't all it's cracked up to be. I'm joking. Obviously, it's a hero. But I have a thought, I have a feeling. The CSL is meant to be the ultimate road-going car that is very capable on track. Now, I'd like to push back on that and say, no, an E46 M3 is a very capable car on track, but a beautiful road-going vehicle. So, fast forward to the next generation, the E92, they made the GTS, which was a little bit more sexy, cage in there, a little bit more track focused, and that is what we want from this car. That is the end goal. We want it to be the E46 GTS, not the GTR, because it hasn't got a big old V8 in it. Getting a little bit geeky now, and I apologise. So, what are we going to do? We're going to make it lighter. We're going to be putting the CSL airbox in there because it just sounds biblical. The power gains are very important for me. So we are going to use a very independent rolling road at the end of this episode to get true power figures before, true power figures afterwards. I am not using this to out any company that's used Swift Performance. I trust with my life. Carbonius, the reviews that those guys get on their carbon fibre products are insane. But I feel like it's only fair. Let's get some true representation. What do all these mods actually achieve? So we need to weigh the car, we need to get a power before, do the bits, document the journey, and then do the power figures afterwards, see what we're actually working with. And then the end goal, March time, take it to the ring and see if we can beat the CSL time around the legendary Nürburgring. You know, when you get a little bit older and Christmases don't really give you the same buzz they used to, I'm telling you now, opening the back of that van outside Swift Performance has just given me that tingle feeling all over my body. I am buzzing. So, in there we've got carbon fibre roof, estimated weight saving, 14 kilo. We've got the carbon fibre CSL style ducktail spoiler, estimated weight saving, 9 kilo. And then we've got the sexy, just the work of art, CSL style carbon plenum airbox. Annoyingly, it doesn't come with any fixtures and fittings, filters, wiring loom. So add that onto the receipt bill. That's something I'm gonna have to let Swift do because I have no idea where to source that. As a little reminder to everyone at home, because it has been such a long time since episode 1 of the 46, this car has already had a little bit of weight savings. So we've got the fiberglass bonnet and the fiberglass wings, but it also has had a cage put in it. The original weight of this car when it left the factory all the way in Germany should have been 1,470 kilos. It'd be interesting to see where the car is at now, because as I say, we've got a little bit of weight saving, we've got a little bit of weight putting on as well. So, without further ado, let's get in there, get it on the scales, get it up the road, see what power we're working with, and then change everything. Love it. For the judgy ones out there, I promise you, I cleaned this car yesterday. Then, stupidly, drove to Cafe and Machine, best part of 3 hours away, met Joe Achilles, absolute legend, then drove home, and then drove back here. So, don't start giving it large in the comment section. Oh, it doesn't even clean his own car. I did, all right? I did, but we live in Britain, deal with it. Moment of truth, let's see what the 46 M3 weighs. As I said earlier on, when it left the factory in Germany, 1,470 kilo. Tim, hit the button. We've got the cage, but we have got fiberglass wings, fiberglass bonnet, a couple of other bits, but I really want to see what this comes out at. No way. 1,470 kilo, it is exactly the same as it was 20 years ago. Unlike me, which is considerably more heavy. Everyone, this is Tim and Russ of Swift Performance.
Hi, dude.
The grail of the M car. So, I read on the internet, this is the holy mecca of the M car, I should say. The roof is meant to save 14 kilo, the boot is meant to save 9 kilo. Do you believe those numbers?
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon we'll be able to shave that off when we do that.
In my mind, that cage would weigh considerably more than the saving of the wings and the bonnet. So I'm not really understanding these numbers, to be fair. I know these wheels are marginally lighter, but the brakes are going to be heavy because they're huge.
Yep. You've got the seats out.
Rear seats, yes.
Seats are out. Stereo side of things?
Gone entirely. To be fair, most of the electrics of this car has been taken out. The parking sensors don't work. I think they're controlled by the head unit, and because the head unit's gone. I can't think of anything. At the moment, I have got a massive battery, but you told me that lithium batteries are... How much weight saving?
I mean, you're going to lose probably 20 maybe, depending on what size battery you've actually got in the boot. I mean, we'd have to look.
Have you got any of those in stock?
We do, yeah.
I will have one, please.
Okay.
That's the easiest way I'm ever going to lose 20 kilo.
It is the cheapest way to lose any kind of weight.
Is there anything, bits of me we can just take off just to lose a bit?
No, you're already wearing shorts, so...
Yeah. No unnecessary clothing. No. Okay, cool. So, 14... I am blown away by that, the fact that it weighs exactly the same.
It is pretty impressive.
And it looks completely different.
And you're running, what, quarter of a tank fuel as well?
No, it's full tank.
Oh, okay, so you'll probably lose a little bit more.
Yeah, just go and burn some off on the rolling road.
You can go in my car.
Then we can get it even skinnier.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's take it to MRC, go and see what power it is, because I guarantee it's not the same as it was 20 years ago. That's a fact. Hour up the road, we now find ourselves at MRC Tuning. You might be thinking, Cav, why on earth are you there? All they do is concentrate on the bag stuff. You're not wrong. There's a couple of reasons why we're here. One, Dyno being very specific. These boys are working with north of 800 brake cars. Their demo Mark 7 Golf with an RS3 engine in it is doing quarter miles in less than 9 seconds. So it feels like somewhere that takes it quite seriously. Secondly, because it isn't BMW specific. I always wonder if somebody's got the interest of your car being better performing than it is, it's quite easy to fudge that number. I don't know how that would work, and I'm not saying that anybody that I know does that, but take that aspect out of it, feels like we're gonna get a more fairer result. Let's have a little look at this unbelievable looking dyno system around the corner. I think they're gonna let us record with the door open. Sorry to the neighbours. Little reminder, car is meant to be 333 from factory. It's got a Schritt cam in it, good for 20 horsepower. So 353 is the number we would like, but the number actually is
329.
329. Okay, I was going to say like 270 then.
329, 276.
Okay, so we're 4 off factory.
Yeah.
So that Schritt cam is doing, that feels to me like it's not in there.
I won't Dyno enough for these.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
What should we do, or should we be doing? It's not bad. I have Dyno some before where the glass are bumpy all over the place, and it's like, yours is nice and smooth.
Feels smooth, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I, annoyingly, yesterday, for the first time, I've had this car nearly a year, I was giving it some beans and it coughed, and I'm wondering if it was like a spark plug, but it hasn't done it again today, so it could have just been a bit of a fluke.
Yeah, it's not showing any misfires on the graph or anything like that.
Okay, cool. Amazing. That noise is hideous.
The tyre noise.
Hideous.
The tyre noise, yeah.
That is, like, I don't understand how it doesn't do it on the way up. Maybe it's because you can't hear it over the exhaust, but...
Yeah, well, you put it in neutral and coast down, and that measures the losses on this, so that's why you get flywheel power or clutch power, and not just wheel power.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, the track tyres are always noisy on here. And in fact, they actually used to get really hot. It was warm.
Oh, it's quite nice actually. Just give that a little rub.
Yeah.
Give a go on that, at least. Warm your hands up. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was a lot less dramatic than I thought it was going to be actually. Don't know what I was expecting. I've been staring at the screen for a while. I have no idea what none of it means. Apparently a nice smooth curve, sexy. 329 brake, meant to be 333, so we're down a little bit on power, but that Schritt cam, is it in there? Nobody knows. Lastly, limits at 7,661. We're going to turn that up. We're going to take it to 8,250, and the car needs a limiter, because who doesn't love a limiter? thank you so much for coming back to the 46 series. It's been an amazing day. We now know the weight of the car, we know how much power it's running, and we've got a plan to fix both of those numbers. I can't wait to see you the other side of Christmas. Have an amazing break. MRC, Swift Performance, Carbonius, PSD. I love you all so much. It's good to be back, baby.